Say hi as you come in, everybody. Oh, another piece of wood. Get that on there. Sorry. Okay. Good. iPad I just dropped. Say hi as you come in. I'm just setting up my iPad here, so I just want to make sure that, yeah, because I can't read the comments over there, but as soon as I'm up and running here, I'll just push myself back here. This is good. Can we see the campfire? We do. I'm house sitting tonight with the animals, keeping company with the animals, so I thought I would do a little fire pit tonight and just enjoy the evening outside. Stopped off at Tim Hortons and grabbed myself a coffee, but yeah, looks like I almost finished it already. Okay, give me a second here. Here we go. I'll be able to read the comments now, so now that when you come in, let me see if we can get it to pop up. Yeah, so I came off my Instagram just a little while ago, and I thought, oh, you know, I would just spend the evening outside in the backyard, and I thought, oh, maybe some people enjoy hanging out with me, seeing I'm here all by myself. Yeah, I don't mind. Can you hear the nature? I'll be quiet for a minute while I fix up this live here, so you can listen to all the birds and squirrels and stuff. Come on. I don't want to sit right up against the camera because then everybody won't be able to see the... Oh, I can read the comments though. Awesome, that's perfect. A Mainly Digger and Badass Pony. That's a name. That sounds like a racehorse. Yeah. When we were kids, yeah, my dad loved the horse races, right? Yeah, we'd be scurrying around collecting the old tickets just in case they recalled the win on the race. Yeah, he was always excited to send the kids out to collect tickets, and then he would check them in between the races. Can you hear me okay? I never noticed I have this lavalier, right? But I don't know what I did with the sock on it. So I went into the house and I saw, it's like adapt and conquer, right? So I went and I saw this little cat toy on the floor that the cats had torn apart. So I thought, oh, well, that might work. So let me know how the sound is in the comments. Make sure that it's okay. I do need something tonight because it is so windy. It might even, it might even rain today. Yeah, while I'm out here, there is quite a few of the scattered dark clouds too, right? A Mustang, yeah, aren't they beautiful horses? Yeah. We always liked those outings, eh? They were always adventures for us when we were kids. My dad was always, you know, really good at putting the adventures together, right? Last time I went live, it took about 10 minutes for everybody to get their notifications and pop in. But yeah, I didn't really have a topic of discussion for tonight at all. I wasn't planning on doing this. I just thought it was just a really good idea just to kind of share my backyard. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm so excited just to have the backyard for myself, right? I live in an apartment, so I don't really get to get out and enjoy the outdoors, you know, in my own space, right? And actually, I've never even owned my own house ever. I've rented a couple of houses over my lifetime, but yeah, never owned my own home. One day. Yeah. A cottage out at the lake. Oh, I'm just loading that fire up with wood. That's just going to be raging, and then I'm going to end up having to move everything over so I don't catch on fire, right? Yeah, so they're out pretty much for the evening, but can you hear? Oh yeah, well, everybody quiets, all the animals quiet when I quiet, right? But yeah, I love their backyard. It's so nice and big. This whole neighborhood is just really, really, really nice. And congratulations to my sister Tracy, because she actually uh, paid off her house this month. How exciting is that? Like, wow. And she lives in a really nice neighborhood too. So I've got to make sure that I get her a card this weekend and put it in the mail for her. Say hi as you come in. Yeah, so I can see who's all popping in tonight. What's everybody doing tonight? Let me know in the comments what you're up to tonight. Is anybody out there sitting around the campfire? Yeah, it's not camping, but this is just as nice too, right? And the weather is just perfect. Like there's a little bit of a chill in the air, but when you got the campfire going and everything too, so it just makes it the perfect temperature. Plus the wind actually has died down a little bit. It's blowing the smoke that way, so I'm happy about that too. So, what's going on? Do I have to pick the topic for tonight? I was down there. I'm editing a video tomorrow. I went down to the train station and I did the train station. A couple of my regular subscribers was saying how much they enjoyed that that train station, and I'm glad that I did because it looks like it's going to fall. Like I was saying, there has been so many of the barns and so many of the well, only I only saw two abandoned of my regular abandoned houses so far that have fallen, but four barns now. Yeah, I drove by a golf course that had a great big uh, barn, and it was in rough shape. I knew it was going to fall soon, but I almost missed that landmark because every time I drive by there, I like to look at the barn, right? And I always think that, oh, stop, Cindy, and take a photo. And I'm not quite sure if I have a photo of that barn. I'm sure I do. I'm sure I do. Yeah, I try to get photographs of all the old barns. Let me just check here and we'll see who's all in here. Two people. That's all good. Yeah, I just want my campfire just to start blasting. I got a couple of pieces of wood in there. I've got some white pine and I've got some aspen and I got some beautiful old red oak. Oh, and my and my juice box. I brought a magazine, but I'm just happy just to sit around here. And then once the fire gets really, really high, I always just like to stare into the flames, right? It's almost hypnotic. Yeah, maybe even later on, maybe I could do like a little meditation or something. I've been meditating for about a month now. I haven't been really, really connecting, but I've had a couple of really good ones. And when they click right, they are really quite yeah, cleansing, relaxing, and yeah. Yeah, you feel like you've got a fresh start, right? So I've been enjoying those. I've been doing them a couple of times a day, the meditation. But yeah, with the technology now, like when we were You know, when I was meditating, I stopped, I think, meditating when I was like 17 years old. And I remember, you know, we just had words, right? And we would just go under with the words. And yeah, now you can get those guided meditations, which are really nice because they can get you in really, really fast, right? Especially if you got the right voice doing them, right? Does anybody out there meditate? Oh, we got another one in here. Say hi as you come in. We're just sitting out the backyard tonight, just relaxing. Yeah, so like I was saying, I've got that train station video, so I think I'll edit that and put that one up. You guys should actually be subscribing to me because I told everybody on Instagram that I might be inviting my YouTube subscribers over to the Instagram to join me there too, right? Because I'm going to be trying to upload varied, maybe a few times a day just to get the hang of it. I'm just kind of, feeling out my topics and stuff. So I I don't know if it's a good idea, picking up another platform, and especially a platform that's going to need a lot of attention. So that's really going to, maybe prove what I'm made of if I can juggle that one too, right? But at the same time, I'm just at that, just trying to think what I want to do. The whole point of my YouTube channel was to turn it into a big hit, just to show everybody, that it could be done if they really wanted to apply themselves, right? So I've really got to hack away at that at my channel and really accomplish what I set out to do to start with. And then I can start moving into, where I really want to go. I just really wanted to use it as a platform, right? To take me to where I really want to go. And I wasn't sure, right? I just enjoying all the different topics out there and everything. Like, wow, like so many interesting things I never even thought of, right? Like I was Googling videos that like you could just like listen to like the rain falling, and I knew you could buy like the CDs and stuff like that, but I never thought like you could get that. And I really like to do the rain in the forest sounds. When I meditate, it really likes to put me in a nice mood. Uh, I imagine myself either sitting out on a porch in one of those swing couches, and I imagine myself sitting there with the rain falling over the deck, right, on a nice rainy night, or yeah, or just sitting in the forest or something. Yeah, so yeah, but at the same time, like there's so many interesting things, and holy cow, spiritual and different religions. Like I was looking at so many of those, like there it's amazing to think, you think you have your standard religions, like you have the Hindus and the Islams and the Christians and the well, I guess Protestants are Christians too, right? But yeah, and all the different denominations. But then you have other types of, I don't know if they're religions or not, but different types of spiritualities, and they just, everybody just seems so interesting and so so smart in their topics, right? Yeah, so it was really neat studying a lot of that this week. What else was I doing? Yeah, I've kind of fallen back on a lot of my channels that I subscribe to. So I don't know if I'll be able to catch up, or I'll just carry on where I left off with everybody. I don't know. Oh, Robert's here. Hi, Robert. Awesome. Robert's here. Yeah, everybody should start popping in, I would think, pretty soon. I'm just hanging out in my backyard. How's the video? I got no video on the iPad here, but my comments are popping up pretty good. So as long as my comments are good, then I don't care what the video looks like. I'm having a rat woman day. I was doing some work in the garden and a little bit of housework for my sister. I help my sister out, right? She helps with like on grocery days and stuff when we go to Safeway, you know, every once in a while she'll just say, "Oh, I got it. Don't worry about it." I have the most amazing sister. Yeah. So whenever I can help her out, I most definitely do, right? You know, you get what you give. Oh, perfect, Robert. Thanks for letting me know. How have you been? Did you catch my last live? I didn't see you in my last live, but I was kind of hoping that maybe you had seen it. I know a couple of them they commented in the comments that they were sorry that they had missed their lives, right? So we always have so much fun on our lives. And then I thought, oh well, because we got the campfire tonight, right? That'll just make it like extra fun. Yeah. Yeah, nothing I like better than just sitting outside, even on a patio, like if you had an apartment building with a patio. Yeah, but I don't, I don't like high rises. Yeah. I always think, it was that movie like Towering Inferno. If you guys remember that movie from the 70s. Who was in that movie, Towering Inferno? I'm just trying to think who was in that movie. Um, oh, Paul Newman. Paul Newman was in that movie. I know that. Yeah, I'm just now it's gonna have me stump. Sometimes when you know the answers and then it gets in your brain and you have to, drive yourself crazy until you've got the right answers. So I hope, yeah, you guys could throw some answers out there so I don't sit here and think about it. Yeah, but Towering Inferno, yeah, I remember my dad taking me to see that one. Oh, an earthquake, and that's when Dolby Sound first came out, right? When that movie Earthquake came out, and I remember um, just bawling my eyes out because it felt like all the chairs were vibrating and stuff at the movie, and I remember my dad had to scurry me out of the theater because I was making a fuss. Yeah, took me to the candy store next door. How's the sound out there, everybody? Just let me know how the sound is. Like I said, I found this cat toy because I don't know where the sock went for the lavalier, right? And it's windy. I didn't want the sound to be all messed up. So, and when I found this rip thing, I was just going downstairs. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, adapt and conquer. That's what you got to do. Make things happen as long as the sound's okay. Yeah, but let me know if it's not okay, and I'll just whip it off, and we'll just deal with the sound. Oh, see, now the wind is changing. Now I'm gonna get like smoke in my face. Yeah, and I just wash my sheets, my blankets too. So that means when I get home, I have to have a shower and stuff to get that smoke off of me, right? Otherwise, I'll have to rewash everything again. Well, this is pretty neat. See, now you got a wider view. If I'm able. I've actually got my phone in a stand on a tripod there, and then I've got this lavalier cord, a long cord, hooked up here. So this way we can get a little bit of a wider view, right? Yeah. And what was the first movie? Towering Inferno. What was the first movie, Robert? That you said was the first movie. Yeah, my dad used to do drive-ins with us, right? We'd all take our pillows and blankets and we'd all be in our pajamas and we'd load up in the car and yeah, we used to do the drive-ins. And we did the drive-ins at least once a month, right? Oh, Towering Inferno. Yes, what a great movie. Was Shelley Winters in that one too? I used to love Shelley Winters. I always thought she was like the greatest actress ever and that she never really got credit for what great job she did in acting, right? I really liked Shelley Winters. When she did that Poseidon Adventure, remember she did that one and she had her husband and she drowned. She had a heart attack under the water when they were in the ship that was flooding. Yeah, I remember bawling my eyes out at that one. Yeah, that was a good movie. Yeah, I think she actually got an award for that performance too. If she didn't, she deserved one. Yeah, I thought that was one of her better movies. I would be interested to know what everybody's favorite movie is, because then next time, Lynn, I'll remember and we have a conversation and I'll remember what your favorite movie is. I don't know how good I am, but I'm sure I'd be able to catch one or two. Yeah, impress somebody, 6 months down the road. She's like, oh, Cindy remembered that. I like that movie. Yes, and actually, I was talking to Sharon. Sharon's one of my regulars on my channel, and we're actually trying to figure out a way to get her up to Winnipeg this summer. So she's gonna actually, I don't know, she didn't agree to it or anything, but obviously I'm sure she would assume that she was gonna end up in some of my videos, right? I'm gonna make sure that she has a wonderful vacation here and everything. Yeah, she's been with my channel for a long time, right? And then we actually started communicating, became pretty good friends, right? Yeah, it's really surprising, that you can go all your whole life, right? And then you make a few friends, but you can do just as well online, right? And it's actually pretty good, especially for people who actually spend a lot of time on their own, and then you actually can just hang out at home online and you just can meet so many sorry, you can go and meet so many interesting people that might even have the same interests as you, right? Yeah. Who's to say, what kind of adventures you can have just about being curious, right? Whoa. Okay, the last thing I want to do is burn their house down. Whoa. Yes, Cindy, Fire Queen. Yeah, I love fire pits. Like I love fire. When I go camping, I just like to stoke and actually me and Ray, we kind of squabble over who gets to start the fire pit, right? He thinks he's a master. He's not even 1/4 as good as I am. I could start a fire pit with one match in one corner and have the pit going. It's all about the way you layer everything, eh? Yeah, and start with the leaves and the twigs and yeah, little pieces of wood. Yeah, but I wish I had marshmallows. Would I eat marshmallows? Yes. I would eat marshmallows today because I know I won't be able to have marshmallows for a long time. I was actually thinking of really sticking to it. I've lost a few pounds in the past couple of months, right? So I thought I'd just maybe take my bike home tonight, like load it into the truck. I was actually going to wash the car today and clean the car out, but I got in and I thought maybe I would just spend a little bit more time helping my sister with the housework and everything. Is the picture okay and the sound is okay? Just let me know. Christine, the old car killer. Oh, yes. I remember that movie. When you said that, I said, what movie's that? Yes, that was the car that you never really saw who was driving in the car and it just it followed people around. Yeah, that was a scary movie. I liked horror movies when I was a teenager. Yeah, I think the scariest movie I ever saw was a movie called The Changeling. It had George C. Scott. Ooh, if you like good spook movies, yeah, that was a good movie. I don't know when the last time I watched a movie. Tracy, and my other sister and me, we go to a movie about once every month or 2 months. We'll go see, one of the blockbusters or something. Apocalypto. I've got a vision of it in my head. Aztecs and am I on the right track? Am I on the right track with that? Kind of a futuristic Aztec kind of sci-fi film? See how good I am. Let me know, badass, if I'm look at Cindy swearing. I'll have to go. Just call me Gary. Yeah. No offense to Gary. He's an absolute sweetheart. Yeah. I want a great big fire. I just want this raging. Yeah, so yeah, I haven't seen a movie in just ages. I just watch, like videos, like how just in my like videos in the industry that I'm in, social media and yeah, a lot of mentor videos and how-tos, right? And then again, I've been like really learning about the spirituality stuff and just really delving into some really interesting stuff. A lot of self-help, like so much self-help. It just drive me crazy. I think too, when you dwell on that stuff, right? When you think about it all the time, it just kind of clings to you. So yeah, I just kind of decided not even to think about anything like that and just see if that see if that works. What's everybody doing? Anything tonight? Anything as interesting as whoops? That's the last thing I want to do. There's all kinds of really hot coals, and then the last thing I want to do is flip one of these things at me, right? It's so nice and warm too. And now I'm gonna end up having this rage so high, then I have to end up moving my chair. I hope not. Oh yeah, much better. Yeah, it looks like it'll be another half an hour or so before it starts getting dark out here. I've got the dog here, Shadow. He's really old. I think 15. He's 15 years old, right? So I just he doesn't like to be left alone. So I just thought I would come over and keep him company. Where are you, Robert? You're in the States. You're pretty close to me, I think, aren't you? Like you're in one of the states that's it's pretty close to Manitoba. If I'm thinking right, Robert, let me know. Yes, it seems to me we're having a conversation and I'm not quite sure, but I'm pretty certain that you said that you were in one of those states. Let me see how good I am at that one. Mhm. Yeah, you've been with my channel for a long time, Robert. Yeah, I was saying, Robert, that we're going to edit a video for tomorrow. I'll work on that tomorrow when I get up in the morning. I'll get that video sorted out, and then I don't know when I'll be able to get out again, but yeah, I've got some footage and stuff that I've been wanting to put together and been having troubles figuring out how to put the story together. But yeah, maybe I can get something done this week on that one. But I'll be spending. I was telling everybody also that I'll be spending a little bit of. Oh really? Oh, you're a Canadian, Robert. Yeah, I love it. Learning where everybody's from. Sometimes it takes me a little while, right? Because Sharon, who's I'm pretty tight with and stuff. Every time I talk about Sharon, I said, "Oh, my friend Sharon from Los Angeles," and she's actually from San Francisco too, right? And I actually made her a walking stick and mailed it out to her in San Francisco, and I still talk to her as if she was living in Los Angeles. And that's only because Vid Summit's in Los Angeles, right? I really want to go to Vid Summit this summer. Yeah. I think that will have to be my next big goal. Yeah. I would have liked to have gone to Toronto this month, but yeah, I went to Minnesota. So I'm happy with that, right? If it's in the cards, it's in the cards. If it's not, there's always another time, I'm sure. Oh, it looks like, see, when you look at the iPad here, it looks like this glows in the dark. I didn't know that. Well, that's pretty good. Still no video though. Oh, it is. It is going. But I had the sound on. None of the ladies are in tonight. Say hi as you come in. Oh, it is so nice to be out here. Yeah. Yeah, I'm really hoping in the next couple of weeks that I'm going to be able to get up north for a couple of days trip, right? But I think I want it to get just a little bit warmer because it's still really, really cold at night, right? Oh, no worries. Once they start coming in, they all come in at the same time, right? And then again, they also know usually I go live on Sundays, right? But I really want to get this week off to a good start. So I thought tomorrow I would basically, get the house sorted in the morning and then, just start getting ready and figuring out what I got to get done for the rest of the week, right? See if how productive and how much I can get done next week. Yeah. But it is slow in here tonight, right? But that's okay. I got the iPad here. I can do a little bit of exploring. I hope everybody out there actually takes it Oh, Andrew's here. Do you see Andrew? See the campfire I got going on? Awesome. Yeah, and Andrew's got his wrench. Yeah, it doesn't look like we're going to have much ruffians in here tonight, Andrew, because yeah, everybody usually knows that when I go live, I usually go live on Sundays, right? Not Saturdays. So I didn't expect that there would be lots of people, but I thought it would be kind of nice if nobody was doing anything that they might just want to hang out with me for a little bit. And all the animals, like this yard is really quiet right now. Like it's really quiet. It's usually the squirrels are usually running along the fence and there's rabbits in the yard. Like the rabbits will even Oh, okay. So it's loud and it is graduation time, isn't it? Darn. And that's when you start competing with the university students for jobs, right? Err. Oh well, again, adapt and conquer. Medicine hat. Oh, awesome. Welcome to the live. We're just hanging out around the we're just hanging around the campfire tonight. Yeah, skunks are the worst, aren't they? Yeah, because my car is always smelling like skunk, right? Because when I'm on the back roads, there's so much roadkill, right? And then I end up driving over the roadkill, which is almost always a skunk, or sometimes a rotten raccoon or something. But still, it'll just stink up your car for the whole day. Yeah, yeah. It's the price you pay for going out and having some fun, right? London, Ontario, or London. I guess yeah, that's what you're saying. London, Ontario. My grandmother is actually from that area, and then we all moved to the west coast, right? I moved here to Manitoba actually when I was 18 years old. Yeah, my dad moved us all out here. Sprayed into the car, like on the upholstery and stuff. Oh, that would have been awful. Yeah, because when we take when well we don't take the dogs now because they can't even get into the car anymore, right? Because their legs are so bad. But but when we go out to raise land and stuff, we used to let the dogs out and they would just run all over the place. And they would either get it by the skunks or they would get it by the porcupines. And the porcupines were worse, right? Because he especially Buster, he would get the porcupines in his face, and then when you take him out, like 2 months later, you would still have them surfacing out of the skin, right? The poor dog, and sometimes they'd get all infected, and they would kind of leave like a poison or some kind of venom or something on the tips, right? Because he would end up like just crying and crying for like days and throwing up all over the place. Yeah. Holy cow, Asanka made it in. Wow, Asanka doesn't make it very often to the lives. Awesome. Oh, my sister Alice is here. Alice Mensforth. That's my sister. She's my second youngest sister. I have 3 sisters. I'm the oldest of the girls. Yeah, so Tracy, but Tracy, who's about 2 years, almost 2 years younger than I am, she's the matriarch of the family, right? Yeah, she calls all the shots. She likes to control stuff. So yeah, life runs good. I just, she says, yeah, do that, and I just listen to whatever she says, and it just gets done, right? Yeah, she runs a good show, so yeah. It's not it's just because you're the oldest doesn't mean that you're the most capable, right? So yeah, if she wants to be boss, let her be boss. Yeah, and then my sister Alice, she's the it girl, right? She's the one who likes to do all the traveling and stuff, and yeah, she still clubs, right? Yeah. I gave up clubbing. Well, actually, yeah, I think when I stopped waitressing in the clubs, I actually stopped hanging out in the clubs, right? But I think I worked clubs almost till I was 40 years old. And then I wasn't making as much money as the cute girls, right? And I said, well, I'm out of here, right? But even then, as you're getting older, because sometimes, the older ladies can make just as much money. But I was at that age where you're not quite old yet. So yeah, so I'd work 10 times harder as the young ones, and yeah, they would make 10 times more money than I was because they were just all cute and I was just old. Yeah, so I said, I'm out of here. And then what did I do? I ended up like doing restaurant work, right? You know, cooking and working in cafeterias. And oh, I still did the base. I worked bartending and banquets on base, for a couple of years. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, I stayed mostly in restaurant after I left the bar. Yeah. And yet, I wish I had still kept that job. My girlfriend Alice, she's still there, and yeah, she's got to have been there almost almost 30 years. Yeah. It's been a while. Actually, I got to pop in to see my friend Alice actually this week. I'll do that this week. Oh, I used to like cash. I just love money. I love counting, right? Numbers, yeah, I like playing with numbers. Numbers are fun. But I do it all paper, right? Like I like to do everything. I just like to do everything paper. Like I use these school books, right? And notepads and stuff, and I just write all over those things, right? I never throw anything out, and I actually very rarely will go back. No, that's not true. That's not true. I do go back over everything. But yeah, I keep a big box, and then, when I fill up a book, I just throw it in the box, and there you go. You made $100 tonight? Yeah, I remember those days. I remember days when I make $500 or $600 when I worked the club. It would get so busy in there that you couldn't even get into your section, right? And I had this little scar on my thumb, and it used to be a hard callus, right? And it was always worth an extra dollar because I would like freak the guys out because I was able to flip caps off of beer bottles with my thumb. I can't do it now; it's all soft now. But at that time, I had like worked it so hard it was like a rock, and guys' eyes would bulge out of their heads, and it was always worth an extra dollar. It was lots of fun. Yeah. Oh, the one in the background. Yeah. My sister Alice gave that to my sister Tracy. How's the wind? Can you guys hear the wind? because it's really picking up here now, the wind, right? So I'm really actually quite glad that I found this little cover for this lavalier. And actually, I'm glad I did the lavalier. I don't know about the wide angle. Ugh. Everybody, yeah, I guess it's because spring and summer's here that everybody's talking about diets and stuff. But I don't know. Did you have a good trip, Alice? I haven't talked to you since you got back from your trip. Really? You know, we usually get your weather about 20 hours after Zanka. You know, well, from Edmonton, right? I know you're Calgary, but I would assume if you got snow, that we might get snow maybe tomorrow or the next day. Yeah, I'm done with the snow. I'm done with the snow. I get a little bit of taste of this summer. And actually, everybody, I just wanted everybody to know, keep your eyes open on my channel, on my YouTube channel. I'm planning to redo all my channel, my banner art and my thumbnail. So my thumbnail is going to be different too, right? So keep an eye out for change. If you haven't hit the notification bell, that way you'll get a notification, right? When I upload my video with my new thumbnail and my new channel art, and that way you'll know it's me. I'm not quite sure what kind of channel art I want to do. I know I want the nature in there, but I'm rethinking my branding again, right? It's still going to be all my outings, and you know, I've always done a lot of my journey and everything on the channel too, so that's going to continue. But I came up with this really good idea on the way home yesterday, and there's this one channel that I watch. Hiking with Kevin, and I don't have the link for that one. But he goes for little hiking trips with different stars and stuff. I'm not saying going for hikes or anything like that. Mind you, we could do that too. But I thought like maybe I could do like a little show, you know, like on my drives, right, and introduce you to some really interesting people, because I do know some interesting people. I know mostly I go out on my country drives just so, you know, that I can sort things out. And, you know, it's just you know, it's something like I like to do. It's almost meditative to me, right? Like I just like to go out there and just be by myself and think and get things sorted and re-energize, right? Just being out and by myself and but yeah, I like the company too. And I thought, oh, you know, like my friend Heather, super interesting. I would love to take Heather out for a drive. I don't know if she would be into doing a video with me, you know, on one of my drives, but you know, I'm thinking of these ideas, right? I'm just trying to think what I want to do for my channel. I just want to, you know, just try different things and see what's hits, you know, because I know my subscribers. I know what kind of stuff my subscribers like, and even though, you know, I'm not sticking to the exact topic that I started off with, you know, we've gotten to know each other, and you know, hopefully we all like the same kind of things or enjoy each other's company. So I'm just going to kind of hopefully run with that, right? And we'll see how that goes. But again, you know, like I said, the whole point was for me to see if I could turn this into a super channel, right? So, you know, just to prove that I could do it, right? And then if I thought, well, you know, if I really could do it, if I really could make something of my channel, that maybe I could show everybody what I did to get to this point. Because I tell you, it was one crazy, eye-opening, soul-opening, mind-opening kind of experience. And yeah, it's nowhere's even close to being done. I don't think it will ever be done. It'll always be, you know, something that I'll be learning and stuff. But it's so interesting, so interesting. You know, I just want to make sure that everybody's kind of, you know, enjoying the Hangout. And if you have suggestions, like, let me know, right? Let me know what kind of videos, you know. I'm always out and about looking for stuff to do, and you know, I'd really like to make content for you guys, right? So if you know, threw me some ideas and stuff, you know, that would be awesome. Yeah, because the whole point is making sure that, you know, I'm making good content for all of you guys, right? Who else is here? Oh, Lisa's here. Oh, Lisa, thank you for popping by. Awesome. Oh, it's my sister's. Yeah, I have her. Oh, here's Sharon. Happy Saturday, Sharon. Yeah, I'm house sitting for my sister tonight, so I thought I would just put on a campfire. I don't know if it's a fire pit, right? I wanted to get her one of those big Barkman fire pits, one of the big ones, you know, with big blocks and stuff. And we keep buying these cheapy ones, but then sometimes our fires get so big and stuff that the metal actually starts melting, right? Like already there's great big holes in the pan, right? Oh, Sharon, you were saying how much that you liked the train station video. I was down yesterday and I refilmed it. So I'm going to edit it tomorrow and see if I can get uploaded for tomorrow night for everybody. And hopefully I did a better job. I think the last time I shot that video, I think I shot it in 720, when 720 was still acceptable, right? Nobody shoots in 720 anymore. So I went and did it in 1080 and took a few nice pictures. I was really surprised, actually. I should actually upload, maybe I'll do that tomorrow for my Instagram, the train station photograph. It turned out so well. Yeah. Oh, right, because Azanka hasn't made it in for the lives for a while, right? You haven't seen Sharon for a bit. Yeah, I was telling everybody, Sharon, that we were trying to get you up here this summer. Sometime we're gonna work on that, right? And I was saying that you wouldn't have much choice than to hang out with me in some videos, right? But I told everybody that you probably expected that you would end up in a video. Yeah, I'll do that tomorrow. Oh, and talk about, well, I shouldn't ruin the surprise, but yeah, I drove by one of my other abandons, and yeah, wait till you, so I stopped, right? So I stopped, and yeah, so I'll get that one edited too. It was just a few minutes, but I'll get that up there too, so everybody can see that update on that place too, because that was warming, right? I'm just stoking this fire. Ugh. We were talking about favorite movies, Sharon. What's your favorite movie? It always tells a person's personality, right? You know, when you ask the favorite movie. I'm just all expecting that this is just gonna burst and I'm gonna catch on flames. And then finally Cindy would have her viral video. Huh? That's not the kind of viral video I want. Yeah. Oh, my coffee. Mm. Oh, it's cold now. That's why I like these big mugs. Well, number one, I'm always knocking things over, right? So this way, you know, I got a flash second. I'm just watching. I'm just watching this. I gotta move this chair. See, Cindy, that's what happens. You know, I knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, just gonna move this a little bit. Hopefully not out of the picture frame, but let's get this up here. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. Oh. Isn't that nice? I just love flames. See, now this is the point where I can really get into a fire pit, right? When the flames really start getting up high. And then I just like to stare into the flames, especially when sometimes, you know, when the flames, especially when it gets super, super hot and then you get those flickers of green and blue and stuff all in there. But yeah, you'll be able to see those colors once it gets dark. It should be dark in another 15 minutes or so. Yeah, and then the fire pit will look really awesome. There, my fire pit's going good now. The last voyage. What's the last voyage? Last, huh? You know what? I'm gonna have to take a look. Oh wait. Okay, no, I don't know that movie. Yeah, I'm gonna have to actually check that one out. 1960. That was the year before I was born. Yeah. Oh, no worries. Anything goes missing this house. Like I could not see them for a month, right? But if anything goes missing or they misplace anything or anything gets chipped or broken, oh yeah, it's always me, like 100%. Like I walk in the door and they're both on me, right? And I'm confused, right? Because at first you don't even know what they're talking about, right? And then they, you know, they go off and, you know, yeah. That's them though. But they've been really, really nice to me for the past couple of weeks, which is really good, right? Because I was a little bit worried about coming over because I was doing a 30-day test, right? And and I was just supposed to stay calm, and I was just kind of hanging out on myself and hanging out online and learning and making notes and, you know, getting things done around the house. And you know, it was a little bit worrisome because I do housework for my sister too. So when I come over here, I got Ray, and Ray likes to, he gets all excited, right, when company comes over. And yeah, he's he can be something. Yeah, he's had me shaking in my boots a few times, that one. But super nice guy, like he would do anything for me. Like even the ridiculous, if I asked him, he would do it for me, right? He's that kind of guy. See you later, Sanka. Thank you, Lisa. Eraserhead. Wow, you really like some interesting movies. Those are thinking movies, those ones, right? Eraserhead for sure was a thinking movie. The Decline of the Western Civilization, I don't even remember that one. I've heard of it, but yeah, I'm going blank on that. So when I get home and when I go over my live, right, I'll have to check out these few movies that I'm reading here. Yeah, I really like the train stations. And yeah, I was really, really surprised that train station is in really, really, really bad shape. I don't think it's got more than it. I don't think it will last next winter. Personally, it's really wet. Like, and I can easily see that that's staying wet all summer with the rains and stuff. That yeah, next winter I would be very surprised if it was still standing next spring. But I'm glad I got lots of documentation on it, so you know I'll get a video together. And I got some old footage, but I think it's all 720. You know, I don't think it's 1080. So yeah, so I'm glad I got some nice footage. I got some nice photographs for sure. Yeah, so I didn't even pick a topic or anything tonight. Well, I don't normally pick a topic. The topic usually picks us, doesn't it? Well, that's pretty good, um, the watchers, right? Because Sundays, it's not much different from for the Sundays. Plus, I get a few right after the lives go down. But yeah, I'm glad so many actually found my. I didn't want to have my nice little evening all by myself, and yeah, not share it, right? Can you hear? All the birds. Oh, and the dog's all stiff. He can hardly walk now. He's so sore. Yeah, he's got some issues with those legs. Good dog though. It'll be sad when he goes, and actually he's really close now, right? And and my sister has been on a downslope herself, right? And she's coming up too. So I was just kind of hoping, it's sad to say, right? Like you don't want the dogs to pass, but he's really suffering. And I was really hoping, now that she's going that upstroke, that she's going to have to take another little dip in her emotions, right? Because she loves her dog, right? So she's going to have to go through that in the next month or so, I'm sure. He's suffering. Yeah, poor dog. But yeah, Ray's the type of guy, he'll get another couple of dogs right away. I've never had a dog myself. Like, I've never had a dog. Well, that's not true. My husband came home after a night on the town one time, and he had this great big yellow lab, and I had just washed the carpet, like when you go to the Safeway and you rent one of those machines, and I washed the carpet in my house and everything, and he brought this dog home, and it pooped all over my living room carpet, and I wasn't happy about that. And then he got the neighbor's dog pregnant, and she wasn't happy about that. And then one day the dog just never came home. Yeah. That was the but yeah, I didn't want it's hard when you have a dog that has problems, right? Cuz you couldn't go to pet the dog or anything cuz he always thought that you were going to hit it or something, right? Cuz it would always, cower every time you came near it. Isn't the fire nice? Okay, yeah. Yes, I remember seeing that movie, Andrew. Yeah, like I said, it's been a long time. I can't remember the last movie we went. Oh, it was a Jennifer Lopez movie in the theaters. And then my sister invited me to a movie the next time, and I said no. I said you pick. Well, it wasn't a bad movie, right? But yeah, I like the dramas, you know, or the actions, like a really good action. Like I haven't seen any really good, and those what do they call those? Tragedy movies, not tragedies, end of the world movies, um, like Independence Day and the day after tomorrow, those kind of, like what was that other one that I just really liked? Oh, but yeah, I like those kind of movies. I hope you're not bored. I just like just hanging out here all by myself. I just thought it would be nice if anybody just wanted to kind of hang out with me. I wasn't doing anything special today. But like I said, I won't be going live tomorrow. I'm just going to make it a product productivity day tomorrow. And I'm just going to kind of treat it like the first day of school or something and see what I can do, right? Okay. Let's get the lid on this because I have a funny feeling that this fire is going to take off. I haven't reserved any of my spots for camping because I know the season already started. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait for some cancellations on some good dates, right? And then maybe I'll have some better choices. Is the sound okay, everybody? Let me know how the sound is. I like I said, it's a cat toy. I lost the sock for the microphone, so I found a cat toy on the floor, and I just threw the cover on the microphone. So hopefully it's working okay. Just going over some of the comments here. You still there, Sharon? I'm just looking down here. Alice, are you still here? Everybody's doing that keto diet, right? You know, I've been seeing some of those keto meals. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I've never been an asparagus, Brussels sprout, salmon steak kind of person. Yeah, I don't know. I got to figure out if I'm going to, right now I've just cut back on the junk, right? So, well, I gave up candy a long time ago, but I've been cutting back. I haven't been buying bread, right? And I haven't been missing it too much. So, I was thinking that would be a good item for me to sacrifice because I'm a peanut butter addict, right? Like cuz I don't get lots of protein. I don't eat enough meat and stuff like that. So, I use peanut butter as as my proteins. So usually that will be on bread. But if I don't buy bread, then I'm not eating all that peanut butter. And peanut butter is fattening. I can easily eat a jar of peanut butter in a week. I love peanut butter. Yeah. Yeah, what's your favorite snacks around the house? Let me know. I'm just trying to think what are my absolute favorites. I like ice cream sandwiches. Yeah, those are pretty good. And again, they're really fattening. Yeah, and dairy products don't agree with me as much anymore. Not like I used to. Yeah, I drive by those graveyards and the mausoleums, that kind of stuff. I just, you know, yeah, I like to see the positivity. And I guess there really isn't anything negative. I mean, those are still lives that were lived and everything, and you're still kind of visiting them, right? Like that's how I saw my abandoned houses, right? As if like I'm visiting the house as a visitor. But yeah, I like to see the positivity in things. So yeah, I don't think I don't think unless like there's a couple of these countryside back road graveyards that I go and I pull weeds, around the gravestones, and I try and make it look nice, and I take my little packets of wildflower seeds. I just kind of throw them and run off, right? Just thinking, that it would be kind of nice if the little graveyard had some little colorful wildflowers, pop up at the very least, right? I'm not a big gardener actually. I'm just my moss my rock garden is really easy to take care of, right? It's basically just weeding and the moss just grows on its own, right? And then I just cut out pieces of moss and I just kind of transfer them in different spots in my rock garden, but on the whole it's a pretty easy garden to take care of. But yeah, I don't do well. I don't have the patience. I want to get on to like something so that takes so long and you're not really getting anything done as far as I'm concerned. Like pulling weeds for like a couple of hours, like I just think of all the other things that I could get done in those 2 hours, sitting there. But again, some people, they'll sit there and they'll pull weeds in their garden and they use it as a, like they're contemplating, right? They can almost go into a hypnotic state as they're, pulling weeds in the garden. They just like to piddle around like that, right? But I always like to be productive even when I'm just relaxing, right? Because I'll have a video going on here and I'll have notes going on here and I'll be on my phone over here and I'll be just like multitasking all different kinds of things all over the times. Let's see comments. I'm missing all these comments down here. Yes, I like peanut butter and crackers too. Yeah, anything peanut. I'm not really big on peanut butter cups. Yeah. Well, again, I don't eat candy bars, but when I used to eat candy bars, yeah, peanut butter cups wouldn't have been my favorites for sure. Yeah, candy bars, the mint arrow, the big Turk, caramel bar. Yeah. Yeah. I like chocolate bars too, but there's such it giving up the candy thing was fairly easy, and I didn't really miss too much. There were a few things like I really like those little half fruits that are covered in sugar, which are the absolute worst for you, right? Like they are so bad for you. But they are really really good. Yeah, sugared fruit, right? Yeah, fruit slices, that's what they were called. Yeah, so I was saying too, it's just really, really something how many of the abandons went down just on the eastern side of the province, like some of the ones along the highways and stuff that people drive by because they commute into the city for work, right? They live outside in the small communities outside the city, and then they drive into the city for work every day, and they drive by those big barns and those old houses, and now they're not there anymore. Yeah, like I said, I almost missed one landmark because the big barn was just totally gone. Yeah, I could almost miss my turn because I kind of use it as a marker, right? Like, oh, my turn's coming up, right? And yeah, I didn't see it, and I almost missed the spot. That's sad, right? But you can't expect them always to last forever, right? Because most of those houses would have been abandoned, like at least over 50 years ago, at least over 50 years, and those barns were late 1800s. So yeah, that's a long time for a barn to be unattended and to be sitting out in the elements, especially here in Manitoba, right? Yeah, you can see the sun's going down now, and you can really feel the chill in the air, right? Yeah, I want to move over close to the fire, but I'm all ready to put another log on the fire already. So nobody was doing much tonight on a Saturday night. Yeah, Saturdays I'll spend with my sister. We'll go grocery shopping on Saturdays. Lately it's been Sundays, but yeah, Saturdays we usually do the grocery shopping. We go out for a few hours, and we always try and make a point of getting together, once a week. But yeah, everybody seems to just be doing their own thing these days, right? So I've been just kind of doing my own thing on my own too. Does it look foggy behind me? Oh, you're right. Yes, it does. But I'm sure lots of people too are got their fire pits and stuff going, right? Because the nice weather just started. Yeah, I've got laundry. Of course, I'm going to take advantage. I brought all my laundry over tonight too, so I'm all downstairs, and yeah, I got the laundry all going. So, but yeah, when I get home, yeah, I'll have to put all my laundry away so it's not wrinkled, and then I'm going to have a shower for sure because I'm going to smell like this fire pit. Yeah, they need a new fire pit. That's not going to work. I'm reading the comments and everything. Let's have a conversation. Ouch. Yeah, I think maybe like people are just got their fire pits because we're big on having fires out in the backyards and stuff here. Can you like say Sharon, like in San Francisco, can you have like a fire pit out in the backyard at your place? Yeah. I guess it's different rules for different parts of the country, right? Different cities and stuff. And like I said, like there's a few fire bans going on in the province right now here too, so. But I went for a walk. I went for a walk down the river trails the other day, and the water was coming right up over the bank. Yeah, it was not as bad. We've had some pretty major floods here, but yeah, it doesn't seem too bad for this year. I don't think they're going to have any issues this year. Which is good too, because the sooner the rock walkway around the river settles down, then they can open up the forks full force, right? Yeah, people like to walk the river trail in the evenings, in the afternoon. You know, when I went, you know, where the skating trail was and everything, that video that I had done earlier this winter, right? Yeah, so now that the forks is a totally different setup, right? Not all about the ice and the skating and winter activities. They go to their summer activities, which is just as amazing. You guys just must laugh at me sometimes. I tell you, yeah. This is just like my favorite thing to do ever. I could just sit here all night. I'm glad you guys are hanging out with me. 20's nice, Robert. 20, 23, that's perfect weather for me with a little bit of a breeze. And then when it's winter, I like it super cold when it's winter. Yeah. Nothing worse when it's like wet and stuff. That wet cold is not fun, especially when that moisture gets in the air. Yeah, it just gets right into your bones. I've been really lucky, right? Because I know a couple of my sisters, they're feeling the weather and stuff in their bones. And yeah, I've never had an issue with that stuff, right? I've been knock on wood, that I've never had those kind of issues. I've been fairly lucky. Should I put another one on? Yeah, I could easily be off camping right now. And this is what I would be doing, eh? I'd be sitting in my campfire and I'd have my big pile of wood and, you know, I'd have all my drinks and all my little doodads here. And I have a pocket on my camp chair where I keep my magazines and, you know, all the little stuff that I need. And yeah. And then in the evening you watch the moon and reflect off the lake, right? And the camp spot I have is way up high. And so you can just see all the islands and everything. Yeah. Look at me, just sitting there, just wishing I was there. Yeah. But I will, for sure this summer. And actually, it's a really neat hiking trail out that way too. It's a few hours from here. I usually go twice a year, right? I didn't go last year, but yeah, this walking trail is so amazing. So yeah, I really hope to take everybody out on that one. Sharon, I worry for you so much. Oh, I can't imagine that anybody having to live life like that. You know, I've seen like a hunting rifle, right? But I don't think I've even seen a real handgun. Yeah, I know for sure I've never seen a real handgun. But I know in the States, everybody has handguns, right? Yeah, I worry for you, Sharon. Have you always lived in that area? Oh no, because you've come from other places, but San Francisco. Oh no, that wasn't a documentary. I was watching a documentary, and what was it called? It was called Seattle is Dying. What an interesting documentary on that one was. It's because the homeless problem in Seattle is so bad that it is totally, what do you call that? Freezing up the city. Like the city doesn't know what to do, right? Because there's so many homeless, and the homeless are all, they all have drug problems, right? So they're having a real problem. But it was such a good documentary. Yeah, it's funny that, you know, and it is, it's an epidemic, right? Did I do it again? Did I do See, Cher. Next thing you know, I'm going to have you living in Japan. I bet you just shake my head, and I do that every time, though, don't I, Sharon? Don't I? Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. See, it's almost dark outside, but such a great camera. This is the Pixel that I'm using, and it is such a good camera. Like, it looks so light out. And in actuality, it's really quite dark outside now, so that's pretty good. Yeah, I was saying that I was redoing all the channel art and the banner art, that it would be nice if everybody kept their eye open, or at least hit the notification bell, so that my videos still get to you, because you might not recognize the channel. I'm not quite sure. There was a spot that I found a few years ago. It was beautiful. I walked down this trail. Actually, I didn't walk. I took the tracker that I had down the trail. I really was surprised that I was able to turn the tracker around to get out of there. I almost got stuck down there, but it was so curious, this little trail, right? I guess it was a snowmobile trail or something. And I was curious to see what was down the trail. And when I got down there, it was like fairyland down there, with like the stream and everything running down. And I thought, oh, what a beautiful spot. So I'm thinking of maybe going down there and maybe doing some thumbnail and maybe channel art and stuff. But I wanted to wait until it started getting greener, right? Because the trees are all still bare. You can't even see the buds or anything, still aren't on the trees, right? And right now, usually every year, we got these two great big cherry blossom trees, and they get great big red, pink blossoms all over them. They're absolutely beautiful. Oh, I meant to take a picture of my sister tonight. Yeah, she was all dressed up. She went to a family event, so I'm here watching the animals, right? Yeah, I wish the dog would come and sit next to me by the warm fire, and that everybody could see him. He's such a good dog. This dog here is the older of the two dogs that they had. The first dog died a couple of months ago, but Shadow here, he's 15, and he's a big black lab, right? And he actually, his owner passed away, and the parents took him, but the parents didn't have time for him, so he ended up being like a stray, and it was in a small rural area, so he ended up being a like a bush dog, like almost like living wild. But you know, when he'd go to beg for food from farms and stuff like that, people would throw things at him, so he's very timid. Like, you know, even now when you go to pet him and stuff, he sometimes will, you know, cowl, because he's not quite sure if you're going to hit him or something. But the thing is, there was a police officer in the town. Now, I'm not quite sure the name of the town. I wish I could remember, but the police officer, he would cruise, right? And in the middle of the winter, when it got like 40 below zero, he would stop when he saw Shadow. That's the name of the dog, right? He saw Shadow, and he'd open up the door, and Shadow would jump into the police car, and the officer would drive around and let the dog warm up, and he would stop and feed him and stuff and give him a little bit of loving, right? And then let the dog out. But then it got to a point where the dog was becoming abused by the kids and stuff, you know, getting stuff thrown at it, and you know, and obviously it was by itself, right? So they took it to the Humane Society, and then they were going to put it down, and the police officer couldn't bear to it, because he got attached, because he used a routine of picking up the dog, you know, on his cruise every night, and he got attached to Shadow here, and so he decided to take the dog out of the shelter and brought him into Winnipeg, and my sister heard about it, so she took the dog, And this dog is so attached. That's why I'm here house sitting tonight, because when Ray's away, which is my brother-in-law, he just cries, right? Because he just can't bear to be without Ray. Oh, yeah, Sharon, I worry for you. Yeah. But that's what happens too when the cities get so big and so crowded, right? Even here in Winnipeg, we have almost, not quite, but almost 800,000 people in this city, and that's a lot of people, right? But again, it's not like California. Again, California's got more people just in that one state than all of Canada, right? Andrew, wonderful. Yeah, I'm going to be calling it an evening too. I'm just going to do a few chores and write my list out, and I'm just going to enjoy my fire, and I'm just now I got my pad here. I'm going to just sit here and I'm going to see what's going on and catch up on a couple of my videos that I didn't get to watch today because I've been out this afternoon, right? But actually, maybe we should just call it a night. I didn't want to keep everybody. I just thought it would be nice for us to spend a little bit of time. Okay, okay, Robert. Yeah, that makes sense too, because here in Manitoba we do that too. They bring the stray dogs from like up in the small towns up north, all the wild dogs and stuff, and they'll bring the pups and the dogs into Winnipeg for adoption, right? I think that's such a great idea when people do that. And yeah, because and again, you don't have a lot of neutering and spaying up there too, right? So there's a lot of dogs that need help. Hey, Owen. You just got here. Well, we got to hang out for a few more minutes anyway. I was just gonna call it a night. Doesn't it look nice? Look at this. Right? It's pitch black now, but it looks so nice and bright. And I just really like the colors on this camera. I really like this camera. We'll see how much data it uses on the live, right? Yeah, I just thought I would go live tonight because I had the little fire pit going on. But yeah, I'm enjoying myself so much, right? I don't get to do this very often, and especially just to have the peace and quiet for myself. And actually, I was saying too, like usually the trees and the fence is just alive with animals chirping and making all kinds of noise, but I think I'm making too much noise for them tonight. What were you doing tonight, Owen? Did you get a notification? Have a great night, Robert. Thanks for popping by. That was awesome. Yeah, because we missed you on the last live. Yeah, Sharon, I'm looking forward to you coming out this summer. Yeah, you might just fall in love. You know, the cost of living here in Manitoba, right? Like, because there's the difference in the American and the Canadian dollar, but when you cash in your American money, you're going to get a big pile of Canadian money. I know when I went to the bank, um, when I went down to Minneapolis, I traded in $500 Canadian, and they gave me $405 back. So they took a big chunk, right? But everything was so cheap. I couldn't believe I filled up my gas tank for $23. I thought that was just awesome. Yeah, it wasn't much. I didn't really have a plan, Owen, when I went live tonight. I just thought everybody would just kind of enjoy just kind of hanging out with me with the fire if they weren't doing anything, right? And it was so nice. I was just having such the nicest day, and I just thought I thought I thought I would share it, right? But I'm sure loving the color. Yeah, I'll enjoy watching this back. And I like having the iPad and being able to keep track of the comments as I go along. I want one of these. My sister gets little gifts from different companies and stuff. Like she does big sales for, like, she gets big millions and $1 million projects, right? She does. And then when she gets these big sales and she builds these relationships, and these people just keep sending her presents like this, right? She just got a Gucci purse too, and she gave it to my sister. I'm not fancy on brand name or anything, but yeah, I know Gucci's worth a lot of money, right? So yeah, and somebody gave her a Gucci purse and she just gave it as a gift to my sister. Yeah, I just thought I would pop in tonight, but I'm just going to call it a night now. And yeah, I'm just going to enjoy my fire for another hour or so. Did you find your webcam there, Sharon? You know, soon as that webcam is found, like, definitely, like, catch me right away, email me right away, and we'll do a live and we'll get something sorted out for that book, right? Start getting hacking on that, and then and also discuss a couple of other things I wanted to talk to you about, right? Okay, everybody, we're going to call it a night now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. Take care. Bye-bye.